Today I'm going to show you how to play Harry Potter's theme. So Harry Potter is one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion, and it has some of the best music written by John Williams, who has written things like Star Wars and Jaws and borrowed from many composers. But Hedwig's theme is probably the most popular theme out there. So this is how to play it on violin. It's not necessarily how to play it on cello or bass, but if you, or viola, for instance, I think you probably could figure it out on viola a little easier than cello or bass. But hopefully I'll get a video out to help with cello and bass as well. But if you know your note names and you can sort of extrapolate a little bit using your book, remember in the back of your book, with the essential elements, you have a fingering chart that can help. You may be able to figure out a couple more notes without any aid from me, but this is mainly going to be for violin because it's a very complicated melody. So the first part, we're going to do this in 3 parts. The first part is the main theme, and there are a couple of notes, new notes, that some of you might need to learn. And the very first note of this piece is your second finger on the G string, and it's the note B natural. So if you play open G, and then you play first finger, second finger, that is B natural, and you have to have your fingers spread out like this, so they're not close together, so it's going to be on the tape if you have the tapes down. And you also start up bow for this one, so you play B, and then you play E, and this particular rhythm is called a dotted quarter note, and you hold it for 1.5 beats. So you count to 3, and you actually come in on beat 3, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and those 2 notes are G, F sharp. So you have B, E, first finger on the D string, G, F sharp, and then you go back to E. The next part is you hop your first finger over to the A string and play B, and then open A for 3 beats, and then F sharp for 3 beats. Okay, so you have okay, so B, E, G, F sharp, E, B, A, F sharp, and then it does the dotted rhythm again. And now here's a special note. Okay, so this is where it starts to get interesting. Instead of playing open D here, which a lot of people do, and you can get away with open D, it's totally fine. But if you're playing along with the recording, it's gonna sound a little funny. He actually writes D sharp or E flat. So what that means is if you have your tapes on your instrument, you're gonna take your first finger, put it on the tape, and slide it back towards the nut. The nut is this little bump right here along the edge of your instrument. You're gonna slide your finger towards the bump to play that D sharp, and it sounds like this. Okay, and then the next note is F natural. So if you have the tapes, again, you have your first tape and then your second tape. In order to play F natural, you have to slide your second finger back to your first finger. And the F natural sounds like this. So those 2 notes together, you have low 1, and then F for D sharp, and then F natural, B. And the B, remember, is the very first note that you played. So that whole first phrase is like that, okay? And remember to download the music so you can write the fingerings in, and any tips or any notes that you might help you remember this. Okay, so the beginning phrase again, and then we'll talk about the next phrase. D sharp, F, B. Okay, and then the last part, it starts the same. And then B this time goes up to third finger D, C sharp, drag your finger back for C natural. And now here you've got to play A flat. So if you've got that third finger tape and fourth finger tape, it's closer to your third finger tape. And it sounds like that. So you have D, C sharp, C natural, A flat, back to C natural, B, B flat, drag your finger back, and then all the way down to B flat. So the B flat on the G string is like you have B to start the whole song, and you drag your finger back lower for B flat in order to get that note. And then G. And that's really the end of part 1 here. So